So here I'm opening Cedar.
So that is the opening screen. When you install it and click on the icon, this is what you get.
Yeah. Okay. First, just perform very simple writer verification task. This Q and K icon means question and known document. So first, I'm just okay. First, with Cedar installation, we have some sample images installed in your drive. So if you follow my,
that's something we could do. Why don't you all be in sync with us?
Yeah, you can try that.
It might slow us down a bit, but it might be worthwhile.
Wiggle the mouse a bit. Touch pad and mouse.
I think I can go around.
Power button. You have to boot up again.
Okay, this is already out.
Chen, why don't you go around also? See? Chen and Harish will help you get going if you.
This one is powered down.
Yeah, that's why I said minus too.
Okay.
Make sure the power cord is in place where it's going.
To check if.
In general, Cedar will install in the program files Cedar and the sample images sitting in the folder called sample image.
It still doesn't get any power.
Yeah.
Nor does mine. So it's us
Okay, I'm on Q. Oh, and then you went to desktop. Q.
Go to the C disk.
Keep pulling.
Local.
It's like,
Keep pulling.
turn it
There
off.
you go.
All right, got it.
That's a good reason.
There's only one plug.
Trained investigator. I found it immediately.
Okay, after you go to,
There's only one plug there. Probably use.
Are you using yours?
No. Let's take it out.
we get the same
You go
photo
to C, the local.
Are you in Q or K? Q or K, wait until they come
Oh, okay.
Wait. And are you in Q or K?
I'm opening Q right now.
Yep, I can click that. Can you click on the combo box there? This one? Yeah. Go to my C code. Program files. Cedar Fox. Sample images. Yeah, that's fine. That's where it is now. That's fine, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, can we
Already got it
go?
here.
Yeah.
And here you need to select what type of files you want to open. By default, is thing of Fox file here. That's the format we created. So this used for when you because processing image, extracting features time consuming. So after, and also you input text, everything. So after you first time doing everything finished, you can save it as Fox file.
Okay,
So-
let me add something here. So supposing you have a file that's been scanned in, the system accepts TIFF and PNG. Previously it used to be only PNG. Now we've modified it so that it accepts both TIFF and PNG. So you've scanned a document, it's a file there, and you open the document. When you open the document, immediately it does a lot of things about it in terms of segmenting the words, things like that. And then when you save that document, it saves it as a Fox file. .fox file. So it means it's processed already. So you have the original, you can either open the original TIFF file as your Q or K, which means it will take longer to process it, or you can open a previously processed document. So that's what you're trying to say, right?
Yeah.
So you're now opening
basically now
Fox
three types of files you can open. These two are images, and this is a Fox file. So right now the sample image are in PNG format. So if you select PNG, now you can see a bunch of images.
Okay. So these are all scanned images already in PNG. These are basically raw images, scanned documents saved in PNG format. If as we move along, if any of you is having any difficulty, just raise your hand, and
I'll come around.
one of us will come to your computer to help you with it.
I get my screen after I double click.
Oh, this is not about images. It's right here. PNG.
Yeah, PNG is called portable network
you
graphics.
need to go further.
It is
sample images.
That's
a type of every scanner. When you save it, you should give you or you can take it into Photoshop or Paint and ask you how do you want to save it. It gives you all the formats there. PNG is one of them. Yeah, PNG is portable network graphics. It's doesn't have any copyrights and things like that associated with it. TIFF happened to be proprietary, TIFF particular method, but apparently their proprietary license expired after 21 years or something like that. So it's now publicly available. That's the reason we didn't put TIFF into it earlier on, because anybody using it, somebody had to pay them, get a license for it. PNG was freely available. So now we have both TIFF and PNG. So so you can convert your images. If you have scanned them in some other for JPEG or something like that, you would have to go into Paint, for example, right? Can we just process the grayscale image?
Suppose this is a very simple one. By default, it will use this first algorithm anyway. So if you don't
you don't need to do any of this. You can simply say open it and start processing it. See, you got to after you open the document here, you got to go to this button on the right there called Process.
Yeah.
It says PROC with the small red arrow beneath it.
Yeah, it's also in here. Tools, the first choice, Process Image, or you can go directly to this icon.
Yeah. So the steps he showed earlier on of thresholding a grayscale to binary and rule line removal, you don't need to do any of that stuff. You can skip directly to Process. But if you want to control that part of it, because it happened to be one on rule lines, you would have to go through that step. This is on plain paper, so we didn't have to go through that step.
So Process Image will automatically do this binarization, but it won't do rule line removal.
Yeah, it won't do rule line removal. Okay. So this is the time it takes to process the document. I mean, actually, that's all the time it took. When you say process the document, means figure out all the words, lines of text, and the words in it, and color them. And it has got much more information than that. It knows about the shapes and features.
It also computes the macro features.
Yeah, it computes the macro features. We talked about. It knows all of that already for this document. Yeah.
So here you can see it does this line separation first.
Yeah, so you are able to see what it thinks. It says there are 13 lines in this document, and with their colors and numbering on the left side. And then there is another icon for words. You can color them by lines, or you can color them by words.
Yeah. And here the words are separate. Then what you can do is correct some errors before you give them the truth.
Okay, so this process is not fault free.
Not perfect.
And you have to look at it and say, where is it wrong in terms of getting the
here
words.
Since this is a simple case, so only thing is here it split one word into two, so we can correct by doing this click. Just crop this two word into one.
It missegmented that word regarding, and we simply click around it and then hit CW, means combine words.
Yeah, this is
So it will correct it.
incorrect word segmentation, CW.
And
delete lines.
You can, if you got some lot of lines going over, just right click, it will disappear.
Oh, yeah.
And then you can start over. Just right click and it will disappear, you can start over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes with the laptop mouse, it'll be more difficult to do. With a regular mouse, it's easier to click around. You can just start anywhere and then just complete the.
Because regarding the keywords, I want to see.
You just right click.
And this.
I think
Just
it's,
click, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go to this first. There you go.
I think it may be
Yeah.
better for you to if
Then
you increase the
click
scale.
CW.
It's too little small right now. You can just go to view,
Regarding should be one.
Yes.
show scale,
Okay.
make it 50% maybe. Yeah.
Then you can right click
Any of
anywhere,
these lines,
then
just
this
right-click
box
and just
will
go away.
disappear.
Right click. Yeah. You can go down and.
CW. Just right click, that line will go away. Just do the right click.
Yeah. It's right there.
Yeah. Did it,
Yes.
is it all in the same color or no?
Right click anywhere. Yeah.
Right.
No. You need to click somewhere. Which one? Click right click to cancel that. Yeah. Click OK. Because we haven't input it. And then start again.
Well,
And now we go to
with,
CW.
with this mouse,
Yes.
it's very difficult to do this. The regular
But
mouse,
just
you
click
can,
one
yeah,
multiple
go
Color
down.
change because it,
Yeah.
it thought there were two
I think
words
it's-
there.
sometimes it's
Crop
all
it.
Now
right
it knows
that
it's
you don't do every one of these.
Yeah.
Just
Go around,
come back and
click, and
bring the
then
cursor down and right click. So hopefully that
How do you get the lines?
yeah. Okay.
it just
So you are
And the
helping
comma?
it
here,
along
here,
because
here.
it is not using
Yeah.
language ability
can create
to
anywhere.
get the words. It's simply
Make it
saying
longer.
the spacing of the
No problem.
the connected pieces.
No, it will
Yeah,
take
yeah.
NOV. It's
Yeah.
one
No, of course,
word,
you don't
10 is
need to do
another
any of these
Now you can
corrections.
see.
99 is another word.
You could simply say, I don't want to
Just
do what
click
you
anywhere.
can.
It will
continue.
start it.
But if you want to
No, it's
Yeah,
just
then
these
you-
things,
now it does
no.
not know anything but what is written here.
Yeah.
It just goes ahead and says, I want to try to find how separate
Then you
other
can
words.
directly go here,
It
maybe.
just goes by space.
Yeah.
yeah.
Then you finish it.
It's by
Yeah,
use.
then you
That's
click
the thing.
CW.
It's by use.
Yeah.
There's a user manual, by the way.
Now it became a. Yeah. Then you
There's an
right
online
click, it
user
will
manual.
cancel that. Yeah. Yeah. You right click.
Yeah, a good question was asked.
we'll finish.
Are you supposed to be writing down all of this, clicking and all that?
Anywhere.
There is a menu option here
Yeah. Then
saying
it
help.
disappear. Then
Okay.
this became one color.
You go to help and you pull that down. There is a user manual.
Does this mean that the
All right.
quotation marks?
So if you've forgotten something
black
like
means,
what does
is
CW
the
mean,
pin get
you
rid
should be
of.
able
But we
to
got the
read
orange
there.
one here.
Yes, that will
I'm not
become part of
guaranteeing that
this.
it's
So do we
perfectly
take that out?
clear,
Yeah, you can.
but we've made an effort to have a
Just by
user-friendly
clicking
user
this,
manual.
so it will
so
take
just-
the.
I
Yeah,
see,
but
okay.
this part might be a separate
So don't
word.
circle that. Got it.
So yeah, this kind of minor.
Yeah, but I think since it colored that, I think it's
Yeah, that's a good question.
Oh, show them how
Here.
you enlarged it.
Some errors here. This become part of this word. So this kind of error, you can also fix that by crop this. But here, this will become a separate word. So that may also.
Yeah, the next version of Cedar Fox will have an eraser tool
Yeah.
where you can erase off unwanted things. The current version does not have it. If you had an eraser option, then you could clear out those markings, and then yeah.
Yeah, currently it's tried automatically erase those comma and dots. Here, those black is being.
Yeah, when something
not
shows up in black like that, it means it's kind of ignoring that piece.
Yeah.
It's not as noise.
Yeah.
That it is not part of any word. As I said, punctuations are being discarded by the program. Can you show that view and enlargement? People might find it useful.
Yeah.
So when you go to the view
View
menu on the
scale.
left top, and then go to scale, you can enlarge the image and see it more.
And
closely.
this is the original size of this image, 100%. This is the 50%. Okay.
And you can enlarge it before you do the click you are trying to do, and some of you are having difficulty.
Yeah.
You can enlarge it and then do it. It might be easier. Yeah.
Okay. Next is we can give some ground truth.
Okay, yeah, the next step is
The-
giving the ground truth to this document. We talked about several means of doing it. So if you go to recognition,
We call it recognition. Here we have three methods to do recognition. First is automatic word recognition. This we just give a lexicon. So you can give a 1,000-word lexicon or a 100-word lexicon. It will try to map each word image to this one of this 1,000 lexicon. And this is just a pure word recognition. And that's
so basically what we do is we give a separate file called the lexicon, which is a list of words. If we are having people write the London letter or the Cedar letter, we would know ahead of time what all the words are. So we would have them in a file saying these are all the words. And then can you just show how that would work?
This is more useful when you have.
If you click on automatic recognition, it will ask you, give me a lexicon. And there are so many lexicons in this system, like there is a Cedar letter upper, Cedar letter lower.
This is the Cedar letter lexicon. This has about 150 words. So with this small size lexicon, it will doing a pretty good job. But in general, if you give 1,000 lexicon, the error rate will be like 30, more than 30% error
We also
rate.
have the most commonly used English words, the most 300 lexicon.
Yeah, this
So
is
you can also use that if you want.
we download from somewhere in the internet. This
So
is
a
the most-
lexicon just looks like this. It's just words. If you really are using only the London letter, you could make a small notepad text file with the London letter words in it, and you can now use that lexicon. Here we are using the lexicon of the Cedar
Yeah.
letter.
Here, actually, this order doesn't matter. This just individual, if you consider it as a lexicon. So we can try this. This is the result. I think since this is a pretty small
We can
lexicon,
cancel
it
this one.
does recognition
Recognition.
pretty much every word here.
And
The first
automatic
word on
word
from
recognition.
is wrong, I think, right? Is that right?
Now you
It's
can
right.
choose
it's okay.
Cedar letter lexicon,
Yeah.
which is. You can just say
Yes,
Cedar letter.
ignore
okay.
some of them because it's based on the confidence level. If the confidence is too low, it will ignore it. And yeah, it missed some of them. This off, this it.
So keep in mind, if it misses a few words, you're missing using that
Yes,
information in any kind of matching in the future. If you say, well, that's not very important anyhow, as an examiner, you won't be looking at every single word and so on. But the words that have been ground truth are what are going to be used further on. So,
Yes,
yeah.
yeah, that's the
Yeah.
third method here. Enter word
Yeah,
contents.
if you don't use automatic word so that's one option. There are all options. You can say, well, I don't want to, give a lexicon. I'll just start entering it myself. So let's do enter word content.
We have an option to auto save every 1 minute. This is just in case you didn't save, you close it, then everything lost. So this is one choice. You can click OK or cancel, doesn't matter. Here, now you can see this is the first word. If you click the space key, it
Yeah,
will
the
move.
cursor automatically positions itself at the top of the document, first word.
Just press
And then you simply hit return, is it?
space,
Space, okay.
space key.
Space
It
will make the cursor go from one word to the next. And you can do this without using that automatic recognition.
The only way to move around this way, I mean, you can't click somewhere in there to make it appear.
no, not right.
You can use to go faster. You can use up arrow key. It goes
So
up
you
and
can get
down
around
faster,
faster.
a little faster.
And is it, because sometimes it doesn't go in order and it skips back.
How are
So
you?
this is a little faster
You have
than
to have a
the
separate copy because you really can't read
it goes
the
by
word
line kind of.
Yeah.
on
So
here.
it looks like.
Oh, you can enlarge it.
Well, even if you enlarge
If
it,
you go
it's
there,
overlaid.
It's kind of wonky.
And then if you enlarge it, then you gotta scale around it.
Yeah. So it looks like when combining the words,
Okay, let's move on down to the
when
word.
correcting the words, it kind of put a very small pixel somewhere else.
Now you were at 6 there, but
Tell me again how I get this
page down.
Yeah, control right and left will go in order.
Okay.
Up and down arrow key will go across lines.
Okay.
You can just tap.
So the in this discussion we were talking about how you can do arrows to go up and down, to navigate around the document. Okay, so to move faster from line to line.
Yeah.
So the other option was transcript mapping, which I talked about.
Yeah, this one, to show that, I will just close this and start from beginning.
Okay, starting all over again, saying let's show you transcript mapping. That's the third option of associating ground truth.
Yeah. Now we don't have any choose, and I still need to, because I didn't save that, I will do.
How precise do you have to be on your clicking?
What?
How precise do you have to be on clicking?
Just
if
make sure you not
Enclose that
not-
region.
yeah, you
It can be.
But
You can
if-
enclose a lot of white space around it. That's
if
okay.
you
But if you
if
like
you
cut off a little bit of the letter,
it will cut.
It will cut.
okay,
it will take that to be the shape.
okay,
And leave out a portion as another word.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm doing transfer mapping. Choose,
So this is the third
transfer.
option where you have a transcript available.
Yeah.
And we just use that.
Here I just with the CD installation, you will have these two, Cedar letter lower and Cedar letter upper, and this is just roughly the content. It's not exactly for every sample image. So if you open Cedar letter upper, I think this will be it more than the content showing here. It's called sponsor of here, so you can delete those parts.
Yeah, it's got to be an exact transcript.
Yeah.
We talked about earlier on using a voice mechanism to do that. The same thing here. Give an exact transcript of it,
Yeah.
like this. It will
Then you can
try and match corresponding words.
So the lexicon doesn't have to be in order, but the transcript does?
Transcript does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Lexicon simply is a list of words, and it says among these words which one it's most likely, so it can make mistakes there. A transcript, you're helping it a little bit more now, telling you in these lines, I think these are the only words, and so on.
On the transcript, does it have to be, do the characters or the letters have to be in correspondence with particular lines?
no.
Okay, it's a good question.
It's not line to line mapping. It can be just one line, one synchronous.
Yeah, the transcript can be a single line without the line returns, carriage returns there.
As long as this order.
Which I'd like
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah, you can save it as
For the
this
document, with the cursor,
choose this.
I mean, it isn't logical. Right now, I'm going like this.
Okay.
At that point,
Now-
I've got to stop, go down, move it over, get to the end, stop, go over.
Okay.
So, you know, it should.
Now I open this transcript.
I get that. Yeah.
Yeah. This is the result.
Be a lot
So-
more user-friendly.
It's
See, it's just
mapping every word.
Now, transcript mapping also does not guarantee perfect result.
Yeah.
So once again, we might have to look through with the cursor to see
Yeah.
where we need to fix it.
You can see it's better than auto. Yeah.
I noticed co-sponsor, the transcript doesn't have the hyphen. Is that something that shouldn't be typed in then because you're
Right.
not considering those features?
Right. We now don't have the recognition for dash and any mark except those letters and
So it just disappears.
numbers.
So we are
It
not
you want
using
on a lower
dashes.
scale.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
aware of that, but again, you got to change scale there. It might be that thing there.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. it'll be
The
better if you
function
go along.
keys to change scale if you want to. It's
Sure.
go up there.
So after
the menu,
you're
go
done,
over.
you can just save.
So summarizing this part, there are 3 ways of giving ground truth. One is simply manually going word by word using the cursor, entering it in.
Yeah, that,
The second is using a lexicon and have it recognize as much as it can. Now you go and correct the result, saying, okay, you got all these words wrong, and I'm correcting it. Third one is having an exact transcript, which associates. Again, it can make some mistakes, but this is probably the least labor intensive. Okay, so those are 3 options.
yes.
So now you save, right? Show them the save.
remember to save that.
At this point,
Like
if you
this.
save your document, it's saving all the work you did so far in terms of it knows what the words are, which piece of the image is associated with
Now-
word or text.
All macro and micro features are extracted. So
If you have words that you don't know what they are, do you just skip them?
Yes.
Yeah, you can just skip them. Yeah. Mhm.
okay. Now you can see the property of this document.
Okay, Chen just clicked on. You showed them which icon you clicked on, so they can all be with you. There is that little hand, the fourth icon from the top left. Is that what you called as a scoreboard, or no? It's not a scoreboard. That is just
document property.
document properties. So if you click on that, it gives you this screen, which is what the system knows about this document so far. And on the top left is auto-identified characters, which characters that it automatically pulled up by some character recognition it did in. Other is word truth characters. We did word truthing. Can you click on that word truth characters? So when you click on that, it says, well, you've told me all about the words here, and I'll give you a distribution of what are the letters of the alphabet that are present in this document. 0 through 9, lowercase a through z and uppercase a through z are in the x-axis of this histogram. And which is the most represented letter in this document?
E.
E. So there are more than 30 E's in this document, right?
Yeah.
And there is
And
hardly
equals-
any, but everything is there in the Cedar letter. So all the letters of the alphabet happen to be there because we designed it to have all the letters of the alphabet.
Yeah, here you actually can see those E's.
Are you with us so
Right.
far in getting the histogram?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where's the histogram?
Document properties. Yeah, this is toolbar.
And if you enter E here, you click display character,
Toolbar there.
Yeah.
it'll show all those characters.
Icon.
If you don't know whether a letter is capital or lowercase, how do you treat it?
To the histogram
You have to
and
make a
word truth
decision in
characters.
giving the ground truth.
Is it
To give the ground truth, the question was if you don't know whether it's lower or uppercase,
Entire
Yeah, what all
you
is
know,
recognized
you
in this
just,
document?
you just make a
You
guess
can
on that
take a
one,
look
or you can just
all the
ignore
E's.
that
You can just
word,
enter E.
not enter any truth for it,
doesn't tell you where they
right? Yeah, yeah. So now Chen has gone to the next step is now that it knows all about it has got this whole histogram, it knows all about the letters. You can say, I just want to look at certain letters now, and this is what it's doing. Are you with us on how to display these E's? Right. Go back and display another one too.
Yeah.
Do another character.
Mhm.
Okay, he's displaying lowercase n's. Let's do an uppercase because people ask the question about displaying uppercase.
Dr. Shihari,
Yeah.
a useful feature there would be to say where each E came from, like word 1, line 1, something like that.
This display doesn't have that. Do we have some other display that does that?
For the word level, we have a highlight option. It goes and highlights
Yeah.
which region. This is a good. We can include that.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can include some caption here saying.
We're
Yeah,
not taking notes, unfortunately.
Being recorded.
Oh, it's being recorded, right?
Podcast.
We'll go back and because your comments are useful for us to go.
I'm
and
making a short
put that
list as
option
well
in.
on
We can
additional-
easily put a little thing on it saying where
Yeah.
did you get that from and display that.
Yeah.
I think that will be useful for you.
Or we could have an highlight option. You click on it, it goes to the document and tells you where it is. Yeah.
Yeah. It's used all the time today in all kinds of things. In chest X-rays, if you want to look for tumors, automatically, it'll tell the physician. There, you're looking not for lines but circles. Straight lines have an analytic geometrical representation, it's a simple representation. Circles also have a representation. So this method is used in all these things. So we have that ability here, and we're able to show you what the line structure is. Why do we have it here? Is that a value to you? I don't know. You judge. If we happen to compute it to figure out to remove the lines and things like that, we happen to have it, and we said we'll just give it to you. And if you think it's of some interest or value, then use it.
You can also use for skew correction.
If you had a document that had a strong right or left slant,
Yeah.
then the white area there would be to one side or the other.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what's going to happen. And this also indicates to you the distance from the center where the line structure is appearing. So from the origin, if you go here, there is some line structure around 0 degrees. That's what it's telling you, right? And so you can look at every angle and so on. You know, is there a straight line here at this particular angle at this particular distance? And this value here will tell you how strong it is. The strongest ones seem to be around 0 degrees and around this distance from the origin. And these lines, let's look at the original document without the truth if we can. And so there's got to be that many lines roughly. Right? Can you remove the truth here? Yeah, that's how you get rid of the truth. So it says something about these 3 lines here. See, these 3 lines are here. There are 2 lines over here. There are 3 over here, 3 over here. And when it is computing things, it's going across here and adding all the black pixels here, saying roughly with no skew, 0 degrees, I'm getting a high value here. There's that line structure. That's what's being displayed over there. Okay, let's move on from there. That's the Hub accumulator array. Entropy is simply the distribution. If you click on entropy, it is simply a distribution of the grayscale values in the original document. This is a property that many other image processing programs might give you. I'm not sure whether Photoshop does and so on. So it's just telling you that in that particular document, 250 is the most popular grayscale value. That's white. The way it represents, most computers represent grayscale documents is values of each pixel, each point is 0 through 255 on an 8-bit, if you have an 8-bit representation. And 255 means white, 0 means black. Everything are shades of gray in between. So this document is mostly white, and there is this other peak representing the ink on white paper. So this peak says around 120 or something is the pixel value. I get a slight peak here, but then it's kind of more or less uniform here, kind of going like that. There's nothing darker than this point. If it were an absolute dark point, there would be there. So that's just a property of this particular scan document. All right. Is Palmer metric really useful or not? It's something we haven't paid attention to much.
Right.
Huh?
Right. This is just compared this to.
Do we still have it? Let's click on it. Let's see what happens. It's something we haven't spent much time on. I would suggest that you ignore this Palmer metric for now. We haven't really tested it out fully. Palmer metric, the idea was, how similar is this handwriting to Palmer's style of writing? So what we did was, if you've got all the letters from A through Z and 0 through 9 available for this particular writing, and we know what the Palmer style of writing 0 through 9 and A through Z and are there. So a simple way of saying what is the similarity of this to Palmer would be to measure the average differences. So it tells you how these scored, how each of the letters scored in terms of the Palmer. So we haven't put much of an interpretation into the system here, because it was mentioned to us by a question document examiner saying that's one way of saying something about this handwriting. How dissimilar is it to Palmer? So we put that in an early stage of our work. But
at the bottom, you come up with an overall score.
Do we have an overall score here?
Yeah.
Do we have? I forgot now whether we still have it. Yeah, there's an overall score here.
It's actually a similarity measure, which it goes to a maximum of 1, minimum of 0.
It'd be interesting if you consider the possibility of having numerous writing styles in here, like a Zehner Blaser or something else, and then you could see which one is most similar to.
Yeah. Actually, what we did was they're all available as fonts today. Zehner Blaser, everything's available as a font. So we purchased this Palmer font, and we put that into the program. So we need to purchase some more of those and match them. We can do it for any font, right? So we could say because basically we have captured your font when your handwriting is in there. So this is your font, and that's the standard font. How different is your font from any given font? So some value you can associate with it. This could be used for schools in teaching handwriting, I suppose, right? If you have a particular style.
Grade their penmanship.
Grade the penmanship. Yeah, grading the penmanship. Yeah.
Could that feature be used for type fonts?
Yeah.
I mean, could a database be established and?
Yeah, but we have programmed it into this software. Right now, it is only comparing against Palmer. It is not comparing on anything else. That would be a different option we'd put in. User puts in their own thing and we match against it. It's all a matter of programming this thing. It shouldn't take too much effort to do that. But this is what this idea here is.
Yeah, and this won't be put into writer verification.
Yeah, we are not using Palmer metric in any of the future processes or writer verification. It's just like this whole properties thing is a whole bunch of properties for your own, interest, right? It's not being used because we are not so trusting the Palmer metric as a useful measure for further analysis.
Okay. Yeah, this is pretty much done for one document. Now I'm opening another known document.
Okay, we go now to the verification stage where we're opening two documents.
Click on K and choose PNG images.
Yeah.
Yeah, click on K.
Okay.
And you can, if you use 0001B, it means it's the same writer, another document. Or if you use
different content.
B will give you, different content would be using lower or upper. So he chose right on top, it says which one it is, 0001AL. This is also
lower part of
the same document we opened earlier on.
Then again, you click process image.
Just it's right there actually. You just have to click on PNG image.
Let's check if there any word segmentation error. Yeah, it's the one here.
You have opened 1B.
So I'm again crop this.
Maybe 1BL or 1A maybe. This one. Click on process.
Click CW. Now this is correct. Again, this is sank.
Whenever that happens, keep right click and it'll go away.
Okay.
Better to leave that period out, otherwise it thinks it's part of exhaustion.
Okay, so you can click on.
It saves every 1 minute by itself, correct?
Did you say okay for that? That will be fine. Just make these two documents. Ooh, this is very nice. Window, title.
CW is combined words.
Window, the style horizontally and hide vertically. So.
No, it doesn't matter if you didn't correct everything. We can move on. We got most of the information there.
Yes. Now same thing.
Same process. Transcript mapping.
Transcript mapping. And this one is I prepared before, so it will have this transcript for this lower part. I just open that. And it do this transcript. Then I save this as Fox file.
Hold on, Chen. Let everyone catch up with you.
Yep.
Can you see the letter lower? That's fine.
Yeah, I think if you don't have that file, you can just edit this file. You have see the letter lower, and right click edit, and remove this part because this only start from however the extra hours.
You can just include that. See the letter lower.
Yeah, edit. Yeah, the same. Yeah, then just delete the first 5 lines.
You can look at both documents if you want.
Yeah, click the
window.
Yeah.
and tile. So you can see what top it is.
Yeah.
You want to remove that for this one?
Yeah, just save as another file. Delete. And maybe save as.
Enter
Oh,
so you get that, yeah.
We're going to save as this 001AL. Then you select the one you just saved. Yeah.
I'm not
Brett, you were able to get your
Yeah, and then you
text
can close this.
associated?
and,
Okay, good. All right, so we are ready to match the
Yeah, open.
two documents
Yeah,
because we have got the ground truth for both documents.
Yeah, that one, this one. Yeah.
If you have, some of you have corrected some words, it might happen that you have
And
got
this line
more
can
words recognized than what is
anywhere.
up there.
To remove those red line. Okay. Now we can see the scoreboard. This is the icon for scoreboard. View combined document features.
So that particular icon now brings together the two documents you're comparing, tells you what it thinks about the comparison. So this screen says on top the question document is 0001AU, the known is 0001AL. So it's the same document, lower and upper portions, the same writer obviously. And on the left side you have the macro features. It says a log same, log different. The difference between the two is LLR value.
Yes.
So it computes the two probabilities, same and then different, and then takes the logarithm of the probability and then subtracts one from the other. So that's why we get a score of 7.26 at the macro feature level. And then it gives you all the breakdown. You know, this is like a, what do you call it? It's like an accountant's sheet, you know, in terms of all the little details here. And style features, the bigram. This is looking at, bigram means pairs of letters.
Mine doesn't have the bigram value. It just has 0.
Okay.
You might have
Probably you didn't save
not
it.
saved one of the files.
Okay.
Okay, that's important. That's
Save it as a Fox file.
Yeah, just save it
just if you
automatically.
click on
Close this
save,
dialog box.
Okay.
you can if you didn't do that, you can go back and
Yes,
do
save both documents.
Yeah, if you didn't save for one document the
Yeah,
other, which means it knows about THS in one document, it knows about no THS in the other document.
Yeah,
So it's missing
any
that
of
completely.
this value shows 0 means you didn't save that document.
That makes
The
it.
K is already open. The Q is still open.
Oh, Q's okay.
Yeah. So this is a node. Click on Q.
Yeah, this I can save.
I think it's already open.
Why are my numbers different?
That's okay. You can
Yeah.
click on another one.
Yeah.
Well, maybe your truth was different.
That's second one. That's okay. So you can just do it.
That is it. I mean,
Maybe
it's not,
one B
The,
and then.
so you save both of them.
See, when you had the truths for the two documents, some of the truths might have differed. She's getting a different score than you do.
window that won't open.
Yeah.
Is it behind
So
my
the truth being
device
different
in
in
the
the
box?
two.
Yeah. Probably I didn't correct some of those.
Not there. Behind the whole zero box.
Oh, okay.
You could close that and open it again.
Okay.
Oh, I went to.
That's right.
Remember you got there?
And bigram was the two letters together?
Yes.
Or is that word by word?
That's bigram. This is word by word. You can look at view details of bigrams. You can see what is being.
And the right side part
I
is
thought TH was a bigram.
Yeah, this
Right
is
now,
general bigram.
this word
It
choose
includes all the bigrams.
character
This is specific to
selected.
TH.
What is the
So only this
Yes,
value I
this
use in
Okay, that's a comparison.
Did you save both files?
Yeah.
Yeah, right now only word truth document, word truth character value. This is a 14.82. I use when you're doing. It's being added to this final
You click
value here.
Oh, maybe it's hidden behind. Oh.
Yes.
Let's minimize this. Minimize it, yeah. Minimize. Our scoreboard went away. I think it's high.
It's just, I think it's right there. You can close it and open it again.
And these three type of microfeature can be selected by click those icon here.
Okay.
This is automatically recognized. Now it switched to this column. The middle is the word choose using this. The third is manually crop. You can manually crop characters up to 20 pairs. Then using them to as the microfeature.
Yeah.
And or none of them.
We're doing word versus so
You know, we got all these elaborate things. There are three things here: automatically recognize word truth, manually crop. We're using word because we did word truthing so far. So it is these results that are being used further on. It's being checked off automatically by that. And it says based on the word truth, it gives you a total LLR score here. Positive. Positive values mean favoring the same writer. Negative values means not favoring the same writer. If you had used only automatically recognized characters, it happens to be a negative value. It just got some characters right, but this is more reliable. And if you had cropped all of them by hand and entered all of them, you might have a different value here. So it depends on how you approached it. And we are dealing with half page. We need to say what is the size of the document. A page is 8.5 by 11, so we're using half page. Click that. And this is the total log likelihood ratio. It adds up the value of micro feature, that is the shapes of characters, pairs, words, and this is the macro features, which is overall pictorial features.
It's already open.
The shapes of these are just the characters. These are the bigrams, and the words are over here actually. Okay, so this is the entire set of characters. This is characters here. That's why it says over here, micro features of characters. That whole screen is micro features of characters.
Yeah.
If you click on that one, show that again, Chen. How did you get to that screen? Yeah. If you click view details here, that's going to give you. Okay, go ahead with that. So this table has all the lowercase, uppercase, everything. And it gives you a number in the question document, number in the known document of each character. For instance, N, there are 19 N's in the question and 8 N's in the known. And it gives you a score comparing pairwise all of them.
Yeah, positive score indicates that it's an indication that the characters from the known or the question were written by the same person. A negative score indicates the other way. So I guess most of them are positive, or maybe there are a few negative ones. Yeah.
Yep.
So S's were different, O's were different, so on.
Okay. And this is view detail for macro feature. It's 13 macro features.
So it can go on. Yeah. But for just a character, which is just so small, it will be generally small.
This
Or a whole document will be large.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't look all you had to do.
Now, the final error value is this.
So the final score here was 64.89 for the two. And what does that mean is these two sentences here. It says 4% of the same writer test cases had an LLR value greater than the LLR value of this pair. So it says, well, we think it's the same writer, but only about 5% of the cases had. That's a pretty strong statement, actually.
Only 5% of the cases had
even stronger
than this.
So it's like
Only 5%. So that's pretty
percentile.
strong.
Exactly.
That's where we're going.
That's a good way to put it. Maybe you should say it that way. Yeah, it's 95th percentile. That's what it is. You know, right? It's a strong statement.
I think that's easier to understand.
Yeah.
5%.
Yeah, 95 percentile. And you know, the thing is, sometimes when you have different writers, you also can get these kinds of scores. And what percent of the cases where you had different writers? Just 0%. I had never seen a case where the writers were different and had the strongest statement. That's what that's saying. All right. And then we go to interpretation now. Click on interpretation. It says, well, given 95 percentile, it's saying it's, and I'm going to say it's the same. That's what it's saying, identified as same on this scale. All right? So
it uses those numbers to come up with the 9-point scale. Yeah.
Yep.
And Harish, you said that scale was a discrete scale.
Yes, it's so take 0 to 100 and it's divided into
yeah.
And identified as same as 95% confidence interval, or is it bigger than that?
I think it's 88 point something. Yeah, over that. Over 88 is
identified.
Yeah. Or in this case, if that number 4.36 was less than 11 point something, it would say identified as same.
Where are those bins defined?
Okay, we haven't put that here.
You know, that's a little bit of a issue that we are looking at further.
Yeah.
Is unequal division of those bins. This is our first cut here. We put equal division of the bins. So we really should look at the probability distributions. If you have a Gaussian distribution, you don't want to make all of them the same. Maybe it should be tight here in the middle or something. So we are thinking of changing that. Right now, it's equal bins divided between 0 to 100.
This is 100 by 11.
Yeah.
So 11.1.
About 11 point something.
Yeah. So that's what's happening here.
Yeah, changing that percentage from 4.36 to 96 or 95 points, then I think would make a lot more sense.
That makes sense? Yeah. Right. Yeah, we expanded it out. 4.36% of the same writer test cases had an LLR value greater than the LRR value of this pair. You know, so it's explaining it, but summarizing it as 95% might be a better way of saying it. Okay. And it's using lexeme features here. Lexeme is the thing that it was brought up, I believe Linton brought up this issue of how many, there's no detail there unfortunately, yeah. It is this issue of we actually create a vector of right, uppercase, lowercase, and numerals, and we have clusters.
Different types of each character.
And different types. So we have basically a vector of that is what 50 to 62.
Yes.
There's a vector of 62 on both sides, and then we are saying which are the types and how many of each type of letter represent here and over here, and then match these vectors, and right?
Yeah.
That's what's going on here. So that happened to contribute 0.94, a little bit on the positive side.
Yeah, we can click view details for each of the features. For example, the word features. If you click view details, it will show.
This is where we can do a little bit of what Linton asked earlier on. Can you tell us where in the document this is occurring? And if you go to highlight word,
yeah.
Okay, you got to go back to the original document.
Can you just minimize this?
Yeah, this and okay. Yeah. This too.
So by clicking on that, you can find as to where it occurred in the two documents. Maybe you should go back. I think you went a little fast for everyone to follow you on that part of it. Yeah.
So there's highlight word.
But how do you get to this screen earlier on?
View details.
Yeah.
At this scoreboard here.
Yeah.
Here.
View details on the word brings you to the next one, and there you're showing all the pairs of words together, and the associated scores also on this side. What it thought about similarity of these.
For future versions, you may consider when you click that on, just have a split screen. The original document and then this box.
Yeah. So that we always have the original document to look at.
Yeah, well, when you have this box, the idea of it is you're referring back to that screen.
Yeah.
So instead of having to jump back and
Yeah.
forth,
Yeah.
you just have a split screen.
Good
right
point,
when you
Jerry,
get
yeah.
going, and then you
Yeah.
can see where it is.
I know, I always felt like you on that one. We've got this issue of the screens jumping around. We need to put some effort into that. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, you can see some of them are positive value, some of them negative value. So these two really look different. Negative value, but the total value is the positive value here.
If the words are recognized incorrectly, it's possible that incorrect words will be matched. So in this case, I can't say an example, but it's possible that some words are recognized incorrectly and it thinks that it is some other word, and comparing these two things. It can happen sometimes.
Hit page down, Chen, because on mine I've got a, yeah. Oh no, see on mine I've got an and and a the.
Oh, I
Compared
do
up
too.
there.
Yeah, you might have recognized that word. Yeah, that's right. So it's recognized that and incorrectly in your case.
So that goes back to the quality of the truthing earlier on, the ground truthing.
So in this program, you're always comparing one document to one document.
When you want to compare many knowns with, let's say, single question, simple way is you compare one against each of them separately.
Okay.
And then cumulatively you get a score. Everything is adding over here. You know, right?
We have an option in Cedar Fox to do that. It's just that it will not be so interactive as a one-on-one case. You just select one document, select all the other documents, and gives you the individual final scores and the cumulative final score.
Yeah. So you can choose. You can say, my knowns are all of these, and this is my question. Now run the whole thing. So it will give you the total score.
Yeah. There is where the Fox file comes into play. You open each document, all the knowns, you truth them, you save each of them, and they're all ready as Fox files. And the question also you do that, save it, and then you're ready to perform the 1:n verification scheme. Yeah. Once all the documents are processed, it's ready. Yeah.
You want me to show this multiple known? Right?
Well, let's see. Let's ask Carl. Multiple knowns. The same question she asked. We could demonstrate that. Maybe it'll take us 5 minutes. And then we break. Okay. So let's just do that. Just the one last thing before we break.
See, right now we only have two. Probably I need one more.
So we need to process each of the knowns first. I guess we do need to go through this whole process of truthing and so on.
Yeah.
You can open as any either,
of this.
because you're going to save it.
Yeah, I just process it. And there's some error here, and
Yeah, just ignore the errors.
yeah, just ignore them right now.
Of course, if you have lots of errors, your total result is going to be wrong. But if in the big scheme of things, there's so many things you are using, the few errors shouldn't make much of a difference.
There is also the fact that if there are a lot of errors, those characters may not be used because the confidence associated with those characters is pretty small. It will not be used for the verification. Those errors actually don't go ahead in the calculation. Yeah.
Okay.
So he's doing writer verification. Normally we did 1:1, Q and K, that is one, So now if you go to writer verification screen and says 1:n.
Close both document, this menu will show up. You need to close both documents.
If you close both documents, and then you have to start all over again, right?
Yes.
To have
You will
that screen
see this
available, that menu available.
Writer verification, select 1:n. Yeah, it asks you to open question document. I'm opening this 1:8L. And also ask you, then please choose multiple known document. Click OK. Then I click 1AU and 1BU.
That's okay.
Here it asks what kind of feature you want to use. So this is by default the features that.
Yeah, this
we're
comes up
using.
saying, do you want to use all of these features? Because people ask when we put up some of these features, they say, well, what about it? Felt tip pen, or what about different, pencil writing and whatnot. So that's why we said, okay, you choose which features
So
you would like.
Your question was felt tip, and all of your knowns were ballpoint. Then you take out the stroke width.
Yeah, we would take out the stroke width.
Okay.
All right.
I think, okay, you have these two documents.
It just puts up something for you, and you say, I don't want to do anything. Simply said, okay, that'll be default. Just use that, but you can control it in this manner.
N equals 1, so
Click OK.
you can quickly try
And quick. Come on.
So now we are
press
matching one question against two knowns.
1 against two knowns.
It's giving you the first one gave a positive 28, second one gave a positive 22. This is 0, this is writer number 1, sample A, lower portion. Writer number 1, sample B, upper portion. Writer number 1, A. So it's all writer number 1, same writer. Both gave positive values, giving you this total score. It's same writer. So you can match a question against several knowns in this manner.
That's it.
Yeah?
Yep.
I don't know if everybody caught up with you on that. It needed 2 documents again to be opened. Probably you're behind on that, but you get the idea what it does. Yeah.
Gives the bottom line same writer, yes or no.
It gives you that hard statement. It is a simple state. Simply if it's a positive value, it says yes. If it's a negative value, it says no. But we've been criticized on this issue by many times. Jerry has been in many of these meetings. Don't say that yes or no. You qualify what you're saying, which is why we have these additional things there, which gives you strength of evidence, right? So, but we have an overall statement as well, and it's kind of, as I said, going out on a limb and saying that rather than hedging our bets here. Yeah. Okay. So a number of other things to do here. Searching would be the next thing. Is that right?
Right.
Yeah.
It will be after, right?
Yeah, we'll do this after
Yeah.
after the lunch break. What we are doing next is the scanning demonstration. A little bit out of order. We didn't finish what we were supposed to do earlier on, but it was listed as scanning demo after lunch. So we'll do scanning demo. Maybe we'll go back to some of the other things earlier on. Scanning demo was just to take it from the beginning rather than use some of the images we already had. We just wanted to have the scanner attached to the computer, and we just had Pam Zilli and Randy Gibson give some handwriting samples. So I asked them to. What is that? Well, we've captured their handwriting for any future threats they might make. This is so we have their threat notes about Fluffy. Fluffy has been captured for ransom. Yeah.
She's good.
Thank you, Marcel.
Marcelo Ryan.
Docu-geek written all over it.
Yeah.
It's going to be a tough crowd after lunch.
I think that's a narcissist.
So there is the scanning interface already in the program. I guess we didn't go over. You used it already.
I will show it.
Show it kind of slowly to show that.
In a
do
second.
that. Of course, you probably have done a lot of scanning before using other programs, so that's not an issue if you're familiar with it. But this program also has a scanning interface. Okay. So what scanner you use doesn't matter, as long as you. Yeah, you have the same one. Okay. Yeah, it's a fairly inexpensive scanner. Maybe not more than $150 for this, I think.
Second sample, you can show them now.
Yeah.
I did a lot of tests on it. It's linear accuracy. And it's better than probably half of them on the market, and some of them are a lot more expensive.
Okay. Chen, now why don't you start from the beginning on the.
Which one? Also, I'm paying attention.
So this is something you're not going to be able to work with on your laptops because you don't have a scanner attached. We have attached a scanner here.
So I just put the paper in the scanner, then you select from file, just scan image, then give a file name.
Put on whose handwriting was it? We can say Pam Zilli.
Okay. So this is the first, also yours, the first one we just did.
That's it.
Okay.
Okay.
So
That's right. Just call it Randy rather than last name. Yeah. Call it Randy.
These two are ours.
And which type you would like to save it as?
Yeah, I just turn off those advanced features. Previously, it automatically does the binorization. Now I turn it off, so it will give.
You've chosen 300 pixels per DPI, right?
Yeah.
You leave it on grayscale or go binary?
Here we choose grayscale and 300 DPI. I think this software automatically does some binarization, as you can see here. So I need to, yeah, here is on here. Turn off. Yeah, now it's grayscale here. And it's on again. Okay. So this message saying that it's been scanned successfully. Now we can open this. The scan image automatically save as TIFF image right now by default. So this is the one. Actually, this one is also Randy. Okay, I just process it. Okay. This is pretty clear writing, so.
In reality, your ransom notes are not going to be this nicely done in terms of line segmentation. So you're going to have overlaps of lines and words, and so you'll have to take more time to prepare those.
The second one.
Is there a reason that you save these as TIFF rather than like on the other ones we were working with, PNG, or what?
Yeah, right now we just.
Well, it's a historical thing. We originally made the system all PNG only because it was the licensing issues.
Oh, okay.
But the community kept on telling us, they scan their images in TIFF, and then finally TIFF became public domain too. So we added TIFF to the system.
Okay.
So we work with both, but right now, as Chen said, when you scan it in, he's now saving everything automatically as TIFF.
Right.
We want to be compatible to what you are used to.
I think
Right.
most people scan them too.
On your program, I'm assuming like when we have to go in and correct something because it's not seeing it or not spelling it correctly, or if there's a capital in the middle, I'm assuming it's the same thing with misspellings because we have a lot of misspellings, so we need to also watch to make sure it hasn't read it as something else.
Mm-hmm.
Like bomb is supposed to be B-O-M-B, and most of the time we see B-O-M. So we should probably kind of keep an eye on that too.
You'll have to prove it like it has been said, because we are not. The system is not trying to look at their particular type of spelling. That might be another issue you might have to deal with.
Okay.
Why do we have dual coloration in the last fluffy?
Yeah, this one has some problem with first this line separation problem, and then this is a word segmentation problem. But we can try to correct this.
Yeah, that's a problem. There are some cases where there is a lot of space. We have some issues like that. It missegments the lines. Okay, so
Okay.
Ready? We're trying to fix that.
Now I guess I have to manually choose this. Or I can give a transcript.
Yeah, do a transcript mapping where it's not such a long ransom note.
Yes, we have two same document.
Yeah. Why don't one of us read it to you? And you can type it in. You're not going to put in that dollar, huh?
Won't use it anyhow. So currently the system ignores any special characters. We do 0 through 9, small a through z, capital A through capital Z. Everything else is ignored.
Is that something you're going to implement?
Yes, commas. I guess we will take a look at which special characters are very distinct to certain documents, and then learn on them to differentiate based on them also.
Yeah, we hope to do a number of these improvements in the next phase of our project. Right now, as I said, we are not in a active state in expanding the research this summer, but in the fall we hope to restart our project in terms of new things coming in.
Brings tears to your eyes,
I
right?
know, what a madman.
Or a woman.
No, man. Linguistically, that was a man.
Or cat. Or cat.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute, I copied what she wrote. They're saying you're a man.
Heard. Why is it bizarre? It is.
Let's pull out this ball.
Is there any way to like not overlap the typed words so much with the actual words? Because when you're doing the word trooping.
Well, if you view the enlarged image, maybe it won't be so bad.
But when you're typing it, it's not hard to see what the word is underneath.
Yeah, as I said, when you enlarge it, maybe you can do it better that way. Right. Text size remains the same, but the handwriting is larger.
Yeah.
So why didn't it go ahead with the and the second I to put
First
word?
Okay.
Yeah.
It only does it the first time the word appears. Is that the thing?
No, it's probably because sometimes the recognition confidence is not high enough. So
Okay.
So this needs.
When it maps a transcript, it says that's an I, but then it's having difficulty recognizing that shape as an I.
I see. Okay.
So that's what transcript mapping is.
This one we already have the file here. Okay.
Yeah, but that you can go inside and correct it. So you can do a first pass of automatic transcript, and then those which have been missed.
Yeah, can you do that?
manually
Can you add the missed ones?
Yeah.
Okay. Just a labor-saving device, this transcript mapping. But in the short document, maybe that was the same labor to go and through everything manually.
Probably we should just crop this.
We should have combined them earlier.
Yes.
It's okay, we'll leave it like that.
You're writing, Randy?
You tell me.
Why did you dot the U in Fluffy?
I didn't, I got the I in Fluffy. But there's no I in Fluffy. Well, you asked me this question.
Flippy dice.
Like I said, Karen, sign of a weirdo.
Nothing
We've
new.
seen this writer 1,000 times.
Yeah. Do you consider that a misspelling?
It's a misdotting.
Yeah, because here, because the same content, we need to choose. You can see the value is very high here. So you want to choose this same content. So it will have different scanning when doing interpretation. So this half page, same content. And I think a different choice, this value will be different. You can see if the different value it's almost 100%. But for same content, there still 25% case higher than this.
Yeah, in previous cases, it's more likely that when they are of same writer, we have obtained larger LLR values. So you have to compare it against those cases when we compute strength of evidence. That's why you have to choose same content half page, because this is also in that class.
Yeah, for this case, I can see the macro feature actually give a wrong decision. It's a negative value, but this small, very small value. The details, micro features, all of those give positive value. This is a character, and this is a bigram, and this is.
We're scanning both RAM 1 and 2?
Yes.
Not just one was enough. I guess it's useful to see this process again and again so it kind of reinforces what you're supposed to do.
Use that, the period in there as an I.
Yeah.
Does that throw off everything?
After fluffy,
Yep.
Yeah.
it can be removed. Yeah, we now have
It's two different writer. And got a micro feature as negative. The micro this time this is wrong. It's got a very small positive value. But we have word feature as correct and the lexing feature as correct. So the final LR value is negative 4.57. I guess this will be a very
Weak interpretation.
yeah, it's no conclusion.
Okay, that could have been a better decision than no conclusion. But you see all the partial results that there are. Yeah. Look at that. The handwriting is not all that different.
We knew that though.
Yeah. Yeah. What does that say?
there are a few positive
And
values.
this
The two halves,
high positive value.
1.31, yeah.
What does it do with the word cops? Because it was underlined on hers.
Which one?
Yeah.
The word cops.
Cops.
It had two lines underneath it.
It doesn't consider those.
You have to pull those
But does it do that? That's what I'm wondering. If it does it there. Yeah, see, the
Yeah.
lines are there.
Yeah.
So does that skew it?
Look at that, it gave a negative value on that.
This will affect
Yeah.
comparison.
Hmm?
This will affect.
What if we just
Yeah,
one of those?
because the lines there. So
Yeah.
should you go in and
Yes, actually, that will be best.
you should go correct that in the song?
Well, she drew that underline of the cops specifically, right? So it says, that's how she writes cops, then I'll give it a negative value.
So does it take into consideration the fact that she capitalized cops and I did not? Does it adjust for that?
For both of the documents, we get the same transcript. So, which is why these two are getting compared. If one was truthed as capital C, other was small c, they wouldn't even be compared. Yeah.
Okay.
How about, yeah, I guess we should do, we got two of Pam, right? So let's finish.
AC, but not doing
Or we could do this one of Pam against the other one of Randy. How about that?
Oh, okay. This is
Still a weak one.
barely negative.
When you get those kinds of close to zero values, the system's saying it's not concluding anything. Okay.
Try the other one.
I was hoping there would be a big difference between you and me.
That's why we put us together. First nodding that.
You're mean.
And we know that even if the computer doesn't.
Strangely enough, our initials, when we write our initials, are almost identical.
Even though the letters are completely different.
We found that out at the FBI
It's
Academy.
scary.
That's you and Pam?
Yeah.
You knew this,
The way we
you knew
initial.
this earlier.
We were in a class and there was a document that she had initialed and I said, oh, you got mine. And she goes, no, this is mine. And I said, those are my initials. She said, no, they're my initials.
And you did her initials.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, RG and PZ. Go figure.
Randy, before you moved to San Diego, were you in Lincoln, Nebraska?
I was born in San Diego.
Or so your parents told you.
Yeah.
I was cognizant.
I hope that was
very
QD
early.
101 class.
Where's mine are
In this, this is actually illustrative. When it's not making a total conclusion, is that a waste of effort or not? Is the issue. It gives you partial results also along the way, matching states and things like that. Hopefully, you can take away something from this exercise, saying side-by-side comparison of individual letters, these are the kinds of scores we get and so on, and ignore some of the other things it might have got wrong. So I hope there is value in any of these types of comparisons.
This is still very interesting because even as documents examiners, you can look at our writing and there are definitely a lot of similarities. So it's one of those you have to look very closely at a lot of different things to form very strong conclusions.
Yeah.
If we had a document where there were a lot of overwritings, could we go in and in Photoshop erase what we didn't like, save it, and then throw it in here?
Yeah, we were going to
Breathe. Breathe.
It's hypothetical. Breathe.
With an audit trail.
Keep breathing.
Yeah, and the presentation by court and so on, right?
Right.
That's the issue. Yeah, we were going to provide an eraser function so that you can get some level, do the same thing within the system
Okay.
itself.
Because, well, rather than losing that information,
Yes.
you could at least do some of that.
So we try to give you a final opinion, but I'm saying don't just take that as the only value of this program.
It's negative, but still no conclusion.
If you do the word details, though, you have certain things. You have very negative values, but then you have some positive ones. So I think it's just, it's a matter of evaluating. Numerically, was it just averaging out and giving you a total?
It's adding everything up.
Adding everything up. So you just need to go through and look at the differences, and personally, in like that word details, and just evaluate for yourself.
No conclusion also. Interpretation?
Yes.
It's all no conclusion here. What about PAM 1 and 2? We haven't tried that last option.
So we just compared PAM against the other of Randy, right? Yeah. So in both cases we got no conclusion.
This is very positive. PAM 1 and 2.
Yeah, PAM 1 and 2 gave a very positive score.
Okay.